Alright, so today we're going to be talking about factors of products. First of all, does everyone have something to write with? Remember, in small group you need a spiral. Okay? Yes, you do. Forever. It's probably our network right now. Okay, for those of you that are over here, the two things that I want you to write down in a sentence is what you think a factor is and what you think a product is. So I think a factor is blank. I think a product is blank. With each of those, yeah, and with each of those, give me an example.
Factor and product.
I'll give you about a minute to do that. Maybe two. So what do those two words mean? Factor and product. What I want you to do is in sentence write what you think a factor is and what a product is. When you're done, you can just kind of look up so I know you're ready. Try to give you about 30 more seconds. Are you using one or no? And then, that's fine. Have someone send you the link. Okay, so let's start off by talking about factor. I know some of you are still writing, keep going. What's a factor?
A number that goes into another number
To another number easily. Can someone expand off that or make it even more simplistic so we understand it? You're correct. You're exactly correct. Or tell me what you had. Another group or another number. Does this make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
A number that goes into another number easily. Okay, someone give me an example of a factor then. 2 is a factor of 20. So let's just do a full factor of 20. 1, 2, 4, 5, 10. Okay, so you said 2 is a factor of 20, so you're absolutely correct. What about if we were to write a math problem that's going to be 2 times 10 equals 20? Which ones are our factors? 2 times. So I'm going to put an F under that so I know that those are factors. The next 2 days, or the next 3 days in our rotation, 2 days of actually doing math, anytime you do a problem, just write the F underneath it so that it's committing to your memory what factors are. Okay, so if I ask you to do something like this, you don't necessarily have to write F under all of these, but under a math problem, so a number sentence, I want you to write F's under each of those. So we're going to do that. I'm going to do that with you today. Is there, looking at this equation, 2 times 10 equals 20, is there a chance that we could have more than 2 factors in an equation? Give me an example. Good question. Are factors only in multiplication?
Yeah.
Give me another example. No, just give me an example of a situation where a factor is not, or a factor is not a multiplication problem.
It's like in like that one, it would be like 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2.
Okay, so 2 plus 2, are these factors?
Yes.
They're factors? They're prime numbers. You're right on prime numbers, but what are these things? In addition, what's the answer called? Product? Sum. Okay, this is a symbol for sum. Okay, special symbol. Alright, so sum. In subtraction, what is the answer called? The difference. Okay, so subtraction is going to be difference. What is it going to be called in, and this is going to be beyond some of them possibly, because we'll talk about it later, but what's the answer called in a division problem? Remember, factors are going to be these numbers. Starts with a Q. It's a tough word. Only one person this morning. What'd you say?
I know it's a trade.
Okay.
It's something to keep.
Yes. You want to give it a shot? It's quotient. Okay? In every type of problem, all of these numbers are something different. So this is factor, this is product. In addition, it's going to be different. In subtraction, it's going to be different. In division, it's going to be different. So factors can only be in multiplication. Okay? So in this case, factors are only multiplication. So give me an example of there being more than one factor in a multiplication, or more than two factors in a multiplication problem. We talked about where there are two.
2 times 1 times
2 times 1 times 10. Equals 20. Okay, so which ones are my factors?
2, 1, and 10.
Very good. Okay, does this make sense what factors are?
Yes.
Okay. So the next one. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about are going to be products. Someone tell me what a product is through definition. That
The answer in multiplication problem?
answer in multiplication problem. Before this conversation we just had with differences, sums, quotients, did anyone, and be honest, did anyone think that the product was in other areas? Because there were some people who said product, yeah. Okay, so it's a common misconception that a product could be the answer in any of these products. Make sure you know that it's only in multiplication. That's a huge part of that definition. So when you're creating that Freire model for product, make sure you include multiplication with it. Can someone give me an example of a product? Someone I haven't heard.
The answer in multiplication.
It is the answer to the multiplication problem. Give me an example of a product. So give me a multiplication problem and tell me where the problem
3 times
What did you get for
is.
difference?
3 times what?
20.
Is. And what's our product?
3 is 1.
That's our product or our factors?
Our product.
Okay. Our product is 16. Think of a product when you go to the store and you buy an end product, it's complete. So the factors that make the product, so let's say I'm getting a toy car. The different factors are going to be, it comes with the car itself, it comes with the little electronic remote so you can move it. So all these different factors are working together to make the end product. Okay, so think of it that way. So our product is going to be our 60. Our factors are going to be the 3 and 20. Does that make more sense? Okay, good. All right, so what I want to do now is I'm going to read a couple of problems to you, word problems. I want you to write down what they're going to look like just in a number sentence, and then I want you to put the F's and the P's in. I'm going to have some people come up and show me. Okay? So the first one, these are small, so they're hard to read, so I'll read more than once. Each bottle cap costs $5. How much do 5 bottle caps cost? So each bottle cap costs $5. There are 5 bottle caps. How much does it cost? The second question is Michelle has 7 boxes of crayons. Each box holds 5 crayons. How many crayons are there total? So there are 7 boxes of crayons. Each box holds 5 crayons. How many crayons total? And the last question is there are 8 marbles in each box. How many marbles are there in 6 boxes? Each box of marbles holds 8 marbles, and there are 6 boxes. How many marbles are there? Okay, I'll give you about a minute. Profit. Profit would be how much you make. about 20 more seconds. And remember, the intent of these problems isn't to be too hard for you to figure out. It's more so that you understand where the factors are and the products are. Problems are gonna get much harder. Alright, so who would like to come up and write the first one down? Come on up. So each bottle cap costs $5. How much would 5 bottle caps cost? So a number sentence. And write down the F's and P's. If you agree, thumb up. If you disagree, thumb down. If you're not sure, thumb down. Alright, looking good. Second one, who would like to do that one? Sam, come on up. Michelle has 7 boxes of crayons. Each box holds 5 crayons. How many crayons are there total? Okay, F's and P's. Thumb up, thumb down, thumb in the middle. Awesome. And the last one, there are 8 marbles in each box. How many marbles are there in 8 boxes? Come on up. And why don't you can write yours over here in this area. Alright. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Okay. Then, does everyone feel like they have a pretty good understanding of your factors and products? Okay. What I want you to do now is you can either take the assessment right away. It's going to be mostly on finding factors, finding products. You have about 5 minutes left, so it's about 10 questions long, so if you're not comfortable doing it in the 10 minutes, then, or the 5 minutes, then you can start working on a different section, so prayer models or IXL or something of that sort. But otherwise, you guys are good to go. But one thing I want you to think about for next time though, is we're not going to really revisit factors and products like we're doing today. So you're still going to write F's and P's, but we're not going to revisit the idea of them. But think about the fact that we're going to be using huge numbers in multiplication. We're going to get away from the 5 times 7. We're going to move into 2-digit, 3-digit, 4-digit. Okay? You're good to go. Brady, could you turn off the camera? It would be under yellow, and then if you open